Help stole my bike. Thank you for the follow, bro. Hey, you hear us, bro?
Oh yeah, what's up, man?
Not much, mate. We just had Shaclone in here, and I'm getting AIDS.
Okay. So he said that Shaco is still underpowered?
Yeah. So he said he I can't play you the clip, but does anyone have the clip, boys, for Chase to watch? But yeah, he pretty much said that me fucking complaining about Shaco's 70% AD ratio being too much. I was an idiot for it or whatever, or clueless and shit, and biased. And he thinks that the 70% should be like 120%. I think that's the fucking gist of the argument.
He's fucking delusional, but like that's insane. Okay.
Yeah, 120% is fucked, right?
I don't want to say that he's overpowered just because like
yeah, in high elo it's still hard, right?
Not underpowered, but like in games where every single game is a tank jungler that builds tabbies, and it's a lot harder to get ganks off because everyone has good vision control and everyone knows how the fuck to play the game. Like,
like if you're against a team that knows how to play against Shaco, like a good bot lane as well. Like if you're versing a Janna, Lulu, like it still aids to kind of get going. But I think that in this patch, like if you get out of the early game with a bit of a lead, it doesn't even have to be 3-4-0. If you're like 2-0-1, 1-0-1, you're just looking at like at least 10 kills a game. That's how I feel anyway.
Yeah, assuming they don't know how to play against Shaco and they don't play save and they don't build tabbies.
Yeah. But I think that like even like his new damage, if you go like Dustblade, Ghostblade, or your build, like if you get mid to late game, like you don't even need fucking Last Whisper or any like armor bend, you can still just shred through tabbies.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, well, like he's definitely not underpowered. That's like
no.
It's hard to say. Like, it's so hard to balance the game 25 and 6 on the block, like, and it's my power. Fuck off. When people know how to play against it, it's a struggle. But I mean, I would agree, like nerving him before buffing him for sure. And like, I don't think that 50. You said 50% for the change.
Yeah.
70. Like, I don't think that would be like that bad.
Right.
But I mean,
so what would you change? What would you? Yeah, I see what you mean.
In my opinion, I wouldn't change anything right now.
Yeah, just leave it how it is.
I still feel like you can't, like, for a champion to be OP, in my opinion, I feel like it should be a champion that someone can just play for the first time and just pop off on and stop everyone on.
Yeah, I think that's Kha'Zix right now.
Yeah.
So like I think
it's just still one tricks, to be honest.
Yeah, so like I think that's what I said about Kha'Zix. He's so OP that like a bad player can pick him up and just look good. Just too fucking broken.
Yeah, which is why I don't think Shaco's overpowered, because I feel like people can't do that. It's just most of it's just the Shaco mains playing a champion that's stronger than it was before, that they've played hundreds of games.
Shaclone wants in, mate. How do we get Shaclone in it?
Just go to your Discord?
Hang on a minute. How are we going to do it, boys?
We can just go to your Discord if you want.
Shaclone's fucking in it, mate. All right, let's go. Are you in it, or
is it?
You want me to give you an inv? I'll give you an inv,
give me an invite.
Hey, bro, what's going on? Right, instant invite. No one else join the fucking general Discord in my chat. If you do, you're gonna get fucking jabbed. Shaclone, can you hear us, bro?
Alright, hello.
Yeah, mate. Shaclone's muting his mic and shit. We can't hear you, mate. Shaclone. Now let's be fucking civil here, and not throw fucking shade.
Okay.
Hey, mate, what's going on? Let's get it.
Okay, yeah, let's talk about this shit, man.
Yeah, mate, let's talk.
One more Shaco main in here. Makes more sense to talk about this, I guess.
Yeah, okay. So if a Riot person came up to you, mate, and he said, right, Shaclone. I mean, not Shaclone.
Let me get us started by asking this. Since when do you actually play Shaco? Since what season?
I was end of season 6 flex queue.
I've been playing him as a one trick since about beginning of season 4.
Okay, so I've been playing Shaco the longest, basically.
Right.
Since the DFG AP Shaco times. Okay.
Okay.
Right. Okay, so if
that means that basically means I have more experience with Shaco then, right?
Well, but how is that relevant to now?
Yeah.
Because he's been changed and reworked and all that. So what is it? What's the difference?
Yeah, the meta is different, sure, but like, wait, you played Exa? You played since season 6?
Yeah, end of season 6, bro. Yeah.
So you don't really know really old version.
No, I don't.
With the old map.
But I don't think that really has any relevance to
Okay, but Chase knows about that. So let me ask you, how much do you miss old League? Like even the old map and stuff?
I mean, I don't know. League was always more fun, to be honest. Like, just because I didn't know how to play and I just played for fun. But like, are you talking about Shaco in general or the game as a whole?
Just the game as a whole.
I mean, I missed the game because it was less tanks and like supports weren't broken and everything. But yeah, I was also like bad, so I feel like that kind of has a part of it.
Did you have more fun in the previous seasons, or like which season was the most fun for you?
I mean, the most fun I've ever had on League was when I was leveling my first account, and I literally would play all night, and my mom would come in screaming at me. But that doesn't even count.
What season was that?
That was like season 2 when I started.
Yeah, I'd say season 3.
So you play League since?
No, I started. Yeah, I started one tricking Shaco season 4.
Okay. Okay. And you exit, you played
season 3, mate. So I've played since season 2, but season 3 for me was the most fun.
Yeah, never mind then.
Well, what about you then? What was your most fun?
Okay, wait. So you know the old version of League 2. Then how much do you miss League more, or when did you have the most fun?
Oh, like
fun in League?
I'm having fun now, to be honest. But season 3 was the most fun for me, and probably season 2 as well.
Okay, so you both obviously like earlier seasons more. So how much would you want League to be the old League again?
So but we're talking about like meta here, right? We're talking about the general state of League, not Shaco specific. So like, I agree with you.
Game, really.
Yeah. So I agree with you.
Things outside of the gameplay. How much would you want it to be the old League again?
Back to like 1v1ing and micro and skill, trumping fucking macro. 100% agree with you. I think it should be.
Even like the old items,
map, GFG, everything, like AD in Italy being a thing, AP Gragas mid, all of that shit. I wish would come back.
That was what you miss about League.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, same with Chase, right?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I enjoy League now.
Are you perfect fucking kid?
But at the same time, it's kind of hard to say because that was from the perspective of like a plat player who didn't even know what was going on in the game. And now, like, I have a different perspective on it, so it's kind of hard to say. But what's the relevance here with that and Shaco now? Like, what's your point?
Shaco now?
Well, I thought we were talking about
Shaco. The thing about Shaco is, like, that's the biggest issue with me about people complaining about this current buff, is that Shaco scalings are still garbage compared to a lot of other champions, or just even generally speaking, as scalings are still terrible, isn't it? His AP 80 scalings is away.
I mean, base stab is still awful. 80 in the queue.
I mean, yeah, like I think the 70% 80 in the queue is.
There's champions like Ornn even that still have better scalings than Shaco's abilities. 80.
I mean, there's always going to be better scalings, but like I don't think that's Shaco's like main. I don't think Shaco's meant to just do damage. Like he's still meant to trick you and outplay you. It's not just you shouldn't just pop on someone and one shot them.
But you remember the pre rework of Shaco, of the state, that version of Shaco, how much he was relying on items, or like on any kind of AD item or even AP item when he was playable. You could build any of those stats and just from a scaling deal enough damage without having to go external damage output sources like Dark Harvest or even Thunderlord, etc.
Yeah, bro, I agree with you about like itemization.
Would you prefer damages of certain champions coming from their abilities based on the items that they build and how well they synergize with that champion and his abilities? Or would you rather prefer to have external damage output from runes and item on it? Like what is to you more fun and balanced?
Well, the champion, obviously. But like having
obviously, right? Because
I think that's what they're trying to do.
I talked about that
assassins off Duskblade.
Yeah, like I talked about this a few times on stream. When you have champion, let's say an assassin meant to deal damage, when you have champion proper scaling on his abilities, then if you just build 80, right? You build 80, you slowly get better scalings. The more you level up the ability, maybe increase the scaling numbers, you get more 80, and you just slowly increase that damage. At some point you're gonna hit a power spike. Every champion has a power spike, but like now you have assassins going 80, especially a Shaco. You can go as much 80 as you want. You will never have the same damage output as you had before. But if you go
when is before?
It's all about Duskblade now.
When is before?
Why?
Like you said
Now
before,
like,
what season is
now
that?
it's like you go. Now it's like you go from basically no damage. You build this plate, suddenly tons of damage. Like, how is it healthier? It's less fun. It's less healthy for balance wise. It just isn't the right way to do.
Well, you don't do
Like,
fucking just because you get a dust blade doesn't mean you instantly one shot people. Like, you still have to have like sufficient
nah,
like dark
it's not
harvest
about,
stacks.
it's not about one shot, but you get a significant damage increase when you finish dust plate, isn't it?
So
You
you're
so
talking
much...
about like itemization here. So you think Dustblade like just okay.
Itemization
Yeah, I agree with you.
important.
Like crit Shaco now is fucking trash in my opinion
you gotta
as well.
understand. I have so much background knowledge about this game. I don't know how much you guys do your research about this stuff, but like I've listened to Riot podcasts about the Dragon changes.
Good God.
I read posts about the plant stuff. I read quite something about Riot's balance and game design philosophy, and one of them being game Ghostcrawler, who's the lead director, basically the main guy, I guess, who approves all the changes eventually. His idea about itemizations or items were that they want to go away from this items giving plain stat numbers to giving unique passives, because I guess it's because that way they can add more item ideas, because you can only combine different stats that many times, right? So I guess that's why they want to do it. So they come up with items like Dustblade having such a passive, because hey, Dustblade is gonna give you 80, it's gonna give you lethality. Now that's the generic stuff, that's the default stuff. And now the fun part, the passive, what should it do? It's an assassin item. Oh yeah, it should avoid vision, it should avoid enemy wards. It's gonna disable them, destroy them. Okay, it's gonna give you even more damage. But like, first of all, the item itself already gives crazy stats, lethality 80, it's already strong. So the on it, first of all, is completely unnecessary. And just this whole idea that they have about adding passives, unique passives to items.
Okay.
And just not having the stats that they get being centered just ruins every champion. It ruins assassin.
So
are you saying that
we're always based on
that you should
scaling
gut all the items in the game and just buff everyone's scaling stats, or what?
Yeah, that's how the state of the game was before all these changes happened. Since I think the assassin rework, where they reduced every assassin's damage output and gave them like more CC, increasing their slow, etc. Like even Shaco with the box add on his clone has more CC now. They increased his E slow a bit, I guess.
They were gonna take the E slow. What was it? They were gonna nerf it, I think. But so you think Dustblade, like last patch? So you think Dustblade is still OP as an item, even though they gutted it? Because I think the reason Dustblade was OP was because of Kha'Zix.
It shouldn't give any on a damage if it's gonna give you lethality and 80. It's
okay. I can see where you're coming from.
You just go
anything else.
Yeah.
And assassins shouldn't be so reliant on one item. Like Stylish talked about this when he complained about that as well, about Z, etc. You just build Dustblade and that's it. From no damage to tons of damage. It's unhealthy. It's bad.
But Zed is like
limits individuality and itemization so much. Like you just go Dustblade. If you don't go with, you're dumb.
Yeah, but like, bro, last patch, like, Zed was fucking trash. Even if you built a Dustblade, Talon, all of those champs are trash. The only champ that was fucking hell good with it was Kha'Zix. So what they should have done, they should have nerfed Kha'Zix, especially Azar, and left Dustblade as it is. Because Shaco was still in a good state last patch, I thought anyway.
Because Kha'Zix is probably the most easiest one to do auto attacks, because he got a passive on his auto attack. His Q is basically auto attack range, so when you do the Q, you instantly do auto attack, so it's perfect to have a Dustblade proc, while Talon and Zed are way more ability reliant, combo reliant, so they might not get to do auto attacks every time, and just Kha'Zix for a stupid ultimate stealth thing is just perfect setup for his Dustblade passive. But just generally speaking, it's such a bad idea.
Okay, so this patch right now, so say, you know, some guy from the balance team came up to you and he said, all right, so what do you want to change about Shaco? So we put 70% in the Q, base damage as well. So what would you say to that? Do you want more, like 80 ratio in there? Or what do you want changed about Shaco right now?
It should just be the same, and items like Dustblade should not give you that damage.
So you're saying he's overpowered?
Like, the thing is, you can go 580 Shaco even with the current Q scaling. You could go 580 Shaco or you could go Duskblade into Trinity, into Infinity Edge, Static, all those units. You're gonna have way less 80, obviously, but guess what? You're most likely gonna deal more damage. Is that fair to you? Like, because scalings are still in comparison not good enough, if you ask me.
So you think his scaling should be buffed?
What are we talking about? Are we saying that Shaco's overpowered, underpowered? Like, are we talking about the game as a whole?
I think Shaclone's saying he's underpowered.
Nah,
I thought you just said he was overpowered.
Wrong. Sure, nah. If you this is the problem. If you go 580 Shaco, you're gonna deal less damage probably than going all those on it items. So this is not about underpowered or overpowered. It's just plain bad, bad game design. It's just really bad game design. It can't be that
your
500 Shaco is gonna deal less damage than a Shaco building the right items.
All right. I've got a question about this patch, bro. So your build, I was watching you. So you go Tiamat, you go Duskblade, Triforce, which is what Chase does. But then you go Deadman's and fucking ZZ, right? You do realize like you're not gonna see the benefits as much as like Chase or Riot when you go that build.
You should understand also on old Shaco when you had proper scalings, you could I went a lot of times Various, but even more I would rush Hydra.
Yeah.
I would even go
Bloodthirster,
just heavy 80 items. And I would be rewarded with proper scaling. That way I could build any 80 item and expect damage. Now you build any 80 item, you still deal less damage than say go in Duskblade. It's just bad game designing.
But like this was like you say I used to go. We don't like it's not fucking like pertinent to what we're discussing here. We're talking about like the current Shaco in the here and now. So if you go ZZ Rotten Deadman's, like you're just not gonna be as fucking useful.
But you do understand that Shaco has at best 100 extra damage compared to the Duskblade damage being removed. Is basically dealing 100 more damage if you go 300 bonus 80 late game, level 18.
I mean, I watched a little bit of your game.
Is that much to you?
And just from watching it, like honestly, having Yomu's and GA opposed to going the what'd you go Deadman's, and I don't know what you went last, but I still feel like I have really good damage and can one-shot someone in a late game team fight, but.
And you're gonna have Dark Harvest stacks as well.
But isn't an assassin meant to kill people and one-shot them even if they're fad?
You can, bro. Like you can.
I mean, I can though.
Yeah, you can fucking one-shot people.
I'm saying, since when is that a bad thing? So we're gonna argue about assassins dealing too much damage, assassins being able to one-shot when they're ahead. That's the issue with the game. The issue with the game is the fucking tank meta. The issue with the game is everything else but that. Like, how much should I talk about this on stream? It's about the fun aspect of the game. Didn't you both say the game used to be more fun back then? Like, do you guys even know how much waiting time has been added to this game with the plant adding? With the game is just overall so inconsistent. As I said, if you go 580 Shaco compared to Duskblade and whatever Shaco, you're gonna deal less damage. It's just all inconsistency to me. The RNG dragons, everything about the current league is just bad. Okay.
Okay. So but all of those things are in the game though. So why don't you you can use them as well? Like why don't you go Duskblade, Ghostblade, fucking GA and stuff? Like it's in the game for you as well. But you decide to go Deadman's and complain about the meta of the game. Like
I'm not complaining about not having enough damage when I go those tank items. I purposely go those items because, in my opinion, it's important to have a proper itemization. Like for Shaco, unlike every other jungler, he doesn't get any kind of stats thrown after him in his ability kit. You know, he doesn't have, AD increase, attack speed, life steal, any of that stuff, shieldings, any kind of sustain, not even AoE.
But you have your R.
Every other jungler has.
If you have GA and your R, you're not very easy to kill, no matter what your build is. I feel like he's not meant to be building take. He's meant to be building damage and outplaying someone with your moves.
Especially after this patch as well.
What about all the other tanks going full tanks still dealing more damage than assassins?
I mean, you're not meant to fight being
you shouldn't you're focusing so much on especially jungle matchups as well. When I told you I was versing a fucking Graves, past 15-20 minutes, you don't give a shit who the other jungler is unless it's like a fucking Eve or someone like that. You're focusing on AD carries, supports, and mid laners. You don't give a shit who their jungler is or how much their fucking tank does to your backline. Your one job is to blow up their fucking backline and one-shot people, which you can do.
The issue to me is that all these people losing their mind about a Shaco getting what? 10 mid game, 10 more damage mid game, to late game 100 more damage when you build 380. People complain about that. People lose their minds about that. But if Cho'Gath going 10k HP easily, one-shotting people with true damage scaling off of his HP, and Ornn dealing 16% damage based on enemies' max HP, being immortal with his shielding, etc., being full tank. He doesn't even need items to deal that damage, by the way. But like, the state of the game is so awful. There is so much to complain about, and you see that if you've ever seen my stream, I non-stop complain about how bad the game has been. And it's no wonder to see that the player base overall has been decaying since seasons. There's so much to complain about, but people rather choose to complain about that. Is Shaco dealing 10 more damage? Like, it's ridiculous. It's no wonder this game is dying. It's no wonder this game is so hopeless.
I kind of agree with you. Right? This is what I hope fucking Riot are doing, right? And Chase touched it on one of his streams as well when he was asked a question about it. I hope that they bring every other fucking jungler who is shit to like Shaco, Warwick, Skarner, J4, Jax, that level. I hope they bring them all up because it will make the game like more based on skill and more micro. They still need to nerf Kha'Zix. Like, that champion is just a fucking joke. But like, if that is their plan to like buff every other champion, then like, fuck, I'm with them. You know what I mean? Instead of like keep nerfing champions and shit like this, they should buff every other champion who is shit in the game, like they just did to Assassins, and bring them up to that level, like that OP competitive level, which then means that the game is more based on like micro. But I don't know if they're gonna do that though. I don't know if they're gonna do it. So.
But did you just say, as an example, shitty champions or junglers being Jax and Warwick?
No.
I think you were saying the good junglers.
Yeah, they're good junglers. So Jax, Warwick, Skarner. Kha'Zix is just a fucking stupid outlier that needs to get nerfed. But like, if they bring every other jungler to that level, then I think the game would be so much more fun.
That's another thing to me. First things, it's about so much things being wrong in this game and people complaining about something so pointless. Okay, it's not like if Shaco gets his 10 damage removed, the game is going to be good again. The game is so fucked in so many ways, but nobody mentions that ever. That's one of my issues. Another being, while there is a champion like Kha'Zix having a better stealth mechanic, having a better gap close ability, having way more damage, having way more ridiculous slow 80% if isolated on the W, nobody gives a fuck about that. But a Shaco 10 more damage, oh, that's bad. Like, it's so biased and...
Alright, I will just say, bro,
the reason why everyone's complaining, to be honest, is because Shaco's playstyle as a whole, like, if you're a good Shaco, playing against a good Shaco is literally just so anti-fun. So, like, I see what they're complaining about. Like, I personally haven't said that Shaco...
Anti-fun. What is more anti-fun than a Cho'Gath refusing to die ever, no matter
I 100%
how many times you jump around them, no matter how many auto-attacks you do, and you just CC chaining you non-stop, denying tons of auto-attacks and whatnot. But that's fun. But a Shaco coming... Like, the thing about Shaco is also that his Q, for a good reason... You can't even see him using his Q even in Fog of War. Even if you don't have vision, you see him using that. If you start overextending as a squishy, let's say 80 carry, being behind in levels, etc., not having your power spike items, not having any kind of tankiness, no armor, no HP, even splitting from your team from a support, like on EU West, you will never catch an 80 carry running all by himself. There's always going to be a support behind.
Like, I know what you're saying about tanks.
And that's what you should be playing. And if you play that right, it's a chess game, right? People like to compare League to chess, okay? What is more chess than two squishy, vulnerable champions running around on the map, having decent damage but vulnerable, squishy? They both run around. Who has the better vision? Who has the better map awareness? Who has the better reaction time? Who has the right idea to come up and catch the enemy on the right spot and get him down with the right combo? How is that something to complain about? Like, that's just Shaco. That's any assassin in a nutshell, okay? You deal damage, but you're fairly squishy, and that's fair enough. But like, I don't even know.
Okay, like
my thing is, like, I feel like you complain about stuff, but like you're not abusing what Shaco's supposed to be right now. Like, you're mad about tanks and all this, but Shaco's role right now is not to be fighting the tanks. He's meant to be killing the backline. He's meant to be like fighting the carries. Anyways, so when you're building items like Deadmans and whatever you're building, like it's like you're trying to match being a tank, but you're not really a full tank. Like, why don't you just play Shaco the way he's supposed to be played? or the way that Riot is obviously pushing him towards. You know.
Well, because
I just you're mad and caught up in old Shaco that you just
just for this, just one reason is basically tank meta. If you really want to carry, you just gotta have some durability, some sustain in the form. You just can't be fully glass cannon.
You can though.
Well, I don't go full glass cannon. I go I don't know if you know my build. I go
another
Duskblade,
thing is,
Trinity.
To me, it's just, you know, I guess you could also blame it on the tank meta. There are just items in this game that just need to be made use of. Zero is strong, still strong despite the nerfs a while ago. They're just items that are worth buying, even if it's not the best option for Shaco. But another thing is, Shaco was able to be built in so many different ways. AP Shaco, AD Shaco, there's so many different builds for both versions of Shaco. And now all you can do is basically go that one build that everybody does. And that's it.
I mean, it's frustrating that you have to build a certain way, but why don't you to win?
Because I've tried that. It's just, to me, glass cannon is just bad. I just don't build glass cannon on any champion.
Yeah, but why not though?
If you play it correctly with R, it's still really strong. Like
if
you're playing the game out correctly and you get good stats.
Sure, maybe Shaco's meant to be built glass cannon, but what is the issue with going some tank items and just not having, or just go in any proper AD item? I mean, how much AD do you guys have when you go the usual Shaco builds that you do? How much bonus AD do you have at that full build?
Probably like 300, 250 to 300.
Like I used to go back then 580 Shaco. It was fairly,
even if I go down
squishy builds if you try.
Yeah, but bro, like you haven't even fucking like built the like glass cannon Shaco build. So like late game, if an ADC has, oh, you have, okay.
I just personally don't like those builds. It's just bad.
But you do realize like, go on, Chase, you go. Yeah.
Remember early season 7 when tank Shaco, or not tank, but like off tank Shaco, when he would go Trinity into full tank was fucking meta. That was when I was rank 8. So like I get what you're saying, but I've just been, you know, like I feel like you just got to play the champion the way he's supposed to be played, and you just got to adjust to the meta.
Well, I mean, if we're gonna talk about balance and whatever over here about champions, do you still find it fair that a champion like Shaco is meant to go full glass cannon in order to deal the proper damage? Well, others still can deal the same, if not even more damage, going even.
Like he's got a stealth mate. That's how he should be played. Like Eve, Kha'Zix, that's how he should be played. And like I've proved that it can work, and there are probably heaps of Shacos that have proved that it can work.
That's right. Yeah. So you should be building glass cannon Shaco in order to deal proper damage, right? What is other point of glass cannon Shaco if not the damage?
I mean, not necessarily glass cannon, but yeah, you should be building primarily damage.
Especially with like the 70% AD ratio, like that's just a fucking just Riot encouraging you. That's just a sign, right? There you go. There's your fucking go. You know.
Okay. So basically, you say, hey, you don't deal enough damage because you build tank Shaco, and that's not how he's meant to be built. That's not how he's meant to be played, right? So that's what you're saying.
Yeah. Why would you build a dead man's and a ZZ roll? That just doesn't make any sense when there are better.
Yeah, sure. That's the right balance philosophy about League, right? You build damage, you deal damage, you're vulnerable. Glass cannon. Right?
Yes.
You build tank, you have no damage. That used to be the case with League. Now it's not. Like, it's the game being fucked in so many ways.
I mean, Sejuani's not going to do much damage just because she has Red Smite. Like, late game, yeah. Okay, so mid game, it's annoying when you can't 1v1 a fucking Sejuani. I get that, but you just have to play around it. Like, you can't just be stubborn and be like, oh, well, I can't fight him. I should be able to fight him. I'm going to fight him anyway.
This is nothing about me being, I don't know, stuck on my diamond account or whatever. It's nothing about that.
I'm not talking about rank. I'm just talking about, like, overall. Like,
yeah, I get it, but this is nothing about me saying, oh my god, I can't climb because Shaco is weak or whatever. This is about, is the game really fun? Is the game really still balanced?
I think the game is more fun this patch from a Shaco perspective anyway. But like the meta is still a bit AIDS with Ninja Tabis, Bramble Vest. Like I'm just fucking waiting for them to change that.
Since mid-season 5, since fucking Sinnoh.
Yeah, I agree.
Mid-season patch was the worst Shaco.
And the game has been going downhill since DFG removement. Okay, like 8 Assassins have been dead since they removed DFG. DFG was the perfect item. Give you proper damage over.
I agree.
It was all about damage, glass cannon item.
And yeah, I agree, bro. And like the thing is, like,
we we need more damage in the game, and we need less CC. And in order to have less CC, is to either remove CC from those tank from any champion. Even Shaco now should have less CC than what he has now after the rework. There should be CC removed as much as possible.
2-second W.
And the best way to remove CC is also to make tanks res weak, so we don't see tanks. Fucking, I watched LCS the other day. they have fucking Braum support, okay? Galio mid lane.
Yeah.
Marco,
that is fucking ace.
Like that's the state of this fucking game, dude.
Like when they go Galio and they rush Abyssal Mask or Rise with it, that is just fucking ace. I agree with you. And what you were talking about DFG as well. Like if you fucking face check an Ari who's got DFG, you fucking deserve to die.
You did. Yeah.
Like you clearly don't have the map awareness to realize that she's gone Mia. Yeah, exactly.
I've had so many people complaining about getting one shot, about saying, "Oh, DFG was broken." Why? Because it one shot you, because it killed you. Well, it's meant to deal damage. If you're too stupid to get caught and have no counterplay against the situation that you put yourself in, be it because of bad map awareness or bad decision making overall, then you deserve to get one shot. Like,
yeah, I agree.
The game was more fun. That's the thing. People quit left and right league, quit league left and right. Say, oh, league is boring. Oh, what happened? But nobody mentions the issues with this fucking game.
The problem is that it's
meta, it's all of that. Like. People are so fucking dumb. They cry about getting one shot by a Shaco or a DFG.
Yeah.
And then the next day they say, hey, this game is so lame now. I wonder why. It's not because everybody's playing fucking useless lame ass tanks. That's not why.
So that's the thing though. Like if
damage, the Shaco getting 10 damage, everybody loses their mind again, dude. Like Assassin should be having that damage.
Yeah, so like ADCs have two options, right? When they get one shot by a Shaco or like don't know how to play against them. You either fucking learn and you improve how to play against them, or you go to Reddit and you complain. And they just complain, that's all they do. And Riot will respond to them and say, alright, we're gonna nerf Shaco, we're gonna fucking rework and do all this shit. They've done it to like every fucking... Like, that's probably the main reason why Assassins are so shit right now. It's because every ADC complains about, you know, being fucking one-shot. Why don't they improve? Why don't they get better at the game? Learn how to play against Shaco. It's not even that fucking difficult. If you just go Tarbies, get a red sweeper, you know, you're gonna do fine if you have that, yeah? But... The easy option is just to complain, and Riot just fucking lets them get away with just complaining when they should be fucking like improving at the game.
Somebody asking Riot repertoire about the Ninja Tabi coming potential changes or nerfs.
Yeah, I've seen that as well.
It's a buff to Tabbies though. It's a buff.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Is it actual?
It's the auto attack. Yeah.
Oh my god.
To me, a task like Ninja Tabi should be completely removed. Like you should reduce damage reducement.
I think it should be melee only
kind of things. They should reduce CC in the game to make the game just fun again. Like if you want a fun game, like do you play a game where you don't get any damage and say, oh, this is fun? The game is meant to be fun. It's meant to be interactive. What is more interactive gameplay than mobility and damage output? And that's where the center should be for meta. That's where the fun lies.
Yeah, like League at the moment is just all macro and decision making. Like a retail can play Sejuani, but if they have good decision making, they'll get to high elo.
Haywire and Raid, almost 40 upvotes on his command. I check his OPGG. He doesn't even play solo queue. He plays flags. He's silver. He's been silver gold the last 4, if not 5 seasons, and he's complaining about having no counterplay against 80 carries. He's saying, oh, we need Ninja Tabi to counter 80 carries. 80 carries are meant to deal damage, but they're squishy as fuck. If you want to counter them, kill them. Like, now you want to have Ninja Tabi and what? Just be immortal with Ninja Tabi, fucking Thornmail, Rannings, whatever the fuck, and picking an Ornn, and just never die. Like, that's fun or what? It's not about balance to me so much. It's more about the fun aspect, and this is the opposite of being fun, okay?
Yeah, I agree.
It's just beyond my mind, people demanding this kind of shit and getting away with it.
Right. Like the fucking general
saying, yeah, we might do it that way. Like, this game is hopeless.
The general state of the game, like in the meta, like being more macro than micro, like you can have all the fucking mechanics in the world right now, but you won't get past like P5. You can have all the macro in the world and fuck all mechanics. You can just play Sedge, and you'll get to like fucking high diamond just by having good decision making. That's fucking really like my issue with the game. Like, where's the skill gone? You know what I mean? But like that side of it, like I 100% agree with you. But in terms of like fucking Shaco right now, like you wanting Shaco to be what, like what do you want him to have? Like 120% AD ratio with Dustblade?
That's ridiculous.
Like I don't know if that's
No,
what you
I'm
were
not
saying, but
you should be having that. I'm just saying the latest change is the right course to go. This is the right direction to take. If it's gonna lead to Duskblade or Dark Harvest being nerfed even more, be it. At least he gets the scaling spec. At least the game somewhat becomes the old self again. That's all that matters to me, dude. Like, this is the right direction to go for.
Okay,
and
but
people complaining about this is gonna make Riot do another 180 turn, and we're gonna go right back into this tank bullshit.
Like, I get what you're saying, but what's the point about complaining about it all the time? You know what I mean?
The point is that Riot, maybe someday we'll see it before this game is completely fucking dead. I mean, as I said, it's been decaying since seasons. People have been quitting League left and right. I've had my fair share of quitting League and just being so tired of it that I didn't want to play it ever. Compared to back that I would play 10 hours a day and couldn't wait to play it tomorrow again. Like, that's how good the game used to be. Okay?
Alright, so what would be like, what's the biggest issue for you right now in League?
Just make it what it was.
Yeah, but like, it's easier fucking said than done. Like, you need to say, all right, this is what you should do.
It's not easier said than done.
So what do you want? Do you just want them to bring back Season 3?
Yeah, to make it the easiest way, they should just completely revert all the changes back to Season 3. Season 4, or maybe even early Season 5 was still fine in my opinion. Before Sinala came in, overall this tank bullshit needs to get over.
What about if they
bad for the game.
Like, I think last patch Shaco was in a decent state, like pretty balanced, and if they nerfed Tarbies and like Bramble Vest, shields, heals and stuff, that would have been like an indirect buff to Shaco. I think that would have made the game a lot fucking better. But now I think that with the 70% and the base damage in Shaco's Q, that when the Tarbies nerf comes, if it does come, I don't know, and like Bramble Vest, all of this shit changing, maybe they fucking, like, make supports less effective than they are and less influence. Like, Shaco would just be even more fucking OP. If that makes sense. So I think they should have just left Shaco as it is, even Duskblade as well, and concentrate on fucking Kha'Zix, Tarbies, and what's actually broken, like percent health damage is just retarded, like shields, heals, all that stuff. That is what they should have changed in my opinion. Rather than like fucking gutting Duskblade and then nerfing all the assassins. Like, I think they were more like...
You don't get the issue. I'm not here to talk about, oh yeah, how do we make League good again? If we're gonna make League good again, then revert the Dragons, revert the jungle changes back to Season 5. The Season 5 jungle was the best. Right. It just had so many different buffs. It was like, you felt like a kid going to a candy shop having $5. Oh, what do I get? It was just, every time you would recall and go back to your jungle, everything was up, shorter respawn timers, everything gave such a different, unique buff. And just, you had so much to do. Or same with Dragons, they were way more worth to go for, way more worth to contest. Just, if you played better, if you secured a lot of Dragons as a jungler, you had more from it. You got better and better buffs each time. That was the state of the game, and that was the fun part. The boot upgrades were great. When you had less CC, you gotta understand, they planned to rework Shaco a long time ago. And I read something about that Season 4 or so. And they said Shaco's perma slow on a Z is toxic. We don't want that. And I thought, oh, maybe if Shaco rework ever happens, they're gonna remove the slow. Wouldn't have given a fuck. Reduce slow as much as possible in this game. Reduce CC in general as much as possible. It's bad for the game. You're right on it. It's toxic. Toxic gameplay. Remove that. What did they do in the assassin changes? They reduced every assassin damage and gave them more CC. Kha'Zix says 80% slow now. They increased Shaco CC. They gave mini boxes to his clone, which then again gave him more CC. More E slow. Like, what even is that? And like this, all what they've been doing to this game is bad, okay? And they need to change those. They need to rework those as well as possible. There's champions, reworks that need to be reverted, and they do it with Rengar. They have done it with Blanc. And I hope Shaco's gonna be next. I hope all the assassin reworks get reverted. Same with tank reworks. Like, champions like Ornn should just straight up get removed for the game. But that's not gonna happen. So obviously it's not gonna be as easy as just reverting it, because they're surely not going to remove those champions, but they could at least revert as much as possible. Jungle boot upgrade were great, should bring them back. All Dragons.
All right.
Just how it should be, okay?
I just think that, like, Shaco is in a good spot right now. I just don't think you'll, like, fucking maximize... Like, it's all good to complain about the meta, and I kind of agree with you, but, like, Shaco is in a good spot right now that if you just fucking built Riot without a ZZ Rod and a dead man.
I see you keep going to that point. To me, it's not about Shaco being too weak. It's about the game being shit.
Yeah, but like you think Shaco is shit though right now, right? That's what you think.
No, I think the game overall is shit, and Shaco is part of that. Yeah, but like,
so you think Shaco is shit though?
I could sit here and list you all the things that might need to be changed, just to make it a good game. But that's not why we're in this discussion, right? The issue to me is people complaining about such a bullshit issue when there's so much more
people complaining
wrong with this game.
Lower elo anyway, so why do you care? Why do you let it bother you? You know what I mean?
Wait, what? Again?
The majority of people that are complaining about Shaco are lower tier players anyways, so like why does it
but like so same with Exe, same with Craig's and Freak on top of that being a Rioter, all of them, all they talk about
as much as he's just saying that Shaco is a lot stronger now with this changes.
Well, you say they're all low elos. Well, guess what? This guy that I just show you the tweet of the screen. This guy has
a majority.
He's fucking unranked. He's silver at best. And guess what? Riot listens to this kind of players on the boards.
Yeah, I agree with you. They should never have fucking gone to Reddit. They should never. Yeah, they should never have gone to fucking Reddit to ask for changes because all of those fucking guys on there just want to see a massive buff.
Do you even know that when Shaco got reworked, now he got his APQ back as well, just so pointless. But when same with Shaco rework, post rework, he had damage on his Q as well. He had AP scalings on that too. Do you know why they added AP scalings on his Q?
Enlighten us, bro.
Guys, you don't know why. Riot doesn't know either why, but you know why? I know why. I saw that comment same again on the forums. Somebody randomly, it was probably also just some unranked player, randomly said, "Hey, what about like if post is read about Shaco rework incoming?" He asked, "Why don't you give Shaco's Q AP scalings?" And then I think Medla said, "Yeah, good idea. We will do that." And that's what fucking happened. That's where we are now. Okay, they just listen to every fucking random fucking idea, dude.
Yeah,
And if we have all these people complaining about Shaco being too fucking strong because he's dealing 10 more damage, where is this game gonna land? Like, I don't even give a fuck if they're gonna nerf Shaco again. I don't give a fuck. I've been saying it so much. If Shaco's even the worst fucking champion, I'm still gonna main his champion. I don't give a fuck about that. But can you at least keep the game fun?
What they should have done. I enjoy the game more now than like fucking a season ago for sure.
Wait, you just both say previously that you enjoyed.
Enjoyed the game more. But I still get like a kick out of playing Shaco, yeah. But what they should do is fucking listen to high elo players more instead of their fucking balance team, which doesn't even have anyone above I don't know what, like D5, even D5 to me.
Nah, you can't blame the Riot for this issue. You gotta blame the fucking
but they're the ones who go to fucking Reddit though. They're the ones who make that decision. All right, we're going to go to Reddit, where most people are fucking gold and silver, and we're going to actually take that advice on board.
I say boards forum. This is not Reddit. It's league website boards.
Well, you know that Repertoire went into the Shaco Man's Reddit and asked,
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. That's where he said. That's where he just discussed with the Shaco Mans. That's fine. I mean, you can't say Reddit and just say any subreddit. League subreddit is cancerous. We all know that. But I'm not talking about Reddit over here. I'm talking about the league boards forums.
Well, don't you think it would benefit Riot if they had someone from like, even just like us, like challenger players? Like, what do you think about, I don't know, like Shaco for example at the moment, or what do you think about, I don't know, percent health damage? What needs to be changed in the game? Don't you think that would fucking improve the game? Surely you'd get like better suggestions.
Wait, what was the question again?
So like Riot's balance team doesn't have it. Like you were complaining about, who was it? Someone on the team being fucking silver and gold, and someone saying something on the boards, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, let's put that in the game," which is kind of my complaint. Like they should. Hey.
I got to speak again. Can you repeat that again?
Oh my god.
I got
it. So Riot's balance team, right, doesn't have anyone in like fucking high elo, yeah.
Okay.
So it's like, and you were saying before how some guy on that team was like silver or gold, and he listens to one complaint or one suggestion from someone on the boards, and he puts it in the game, right?
No, it's the people that complain and make these ideas who are silver and unranked.
Yeah. So
it's something that you can't change. So instead of like, I feel like you get so caught up and so mad at like the things that you can't have any effect over, instead of just
you can have effect. Well, that's what this is about.
Shaco can be played in high elo, and he can excel if you play him correctly. But I feel like you're so like stubborn about trying to build him the way that you think he should be built.
What did I just even
I don't
talk
get
about?
what.
Oh, ease up, ease up.
Okay. You have effect as a player. As I said, Riot probably doesn't, you know, a lot of people I saw Riot never listens to the players. But now I'm like, they listen to the players too much. They listen to everyone too much.
So if they listen to this, if they listen to this convo, because I'll probably fang this on YouTube, and they watch this, what do you think they'd change after listening to this?
They shouldn't change anything about Shaco. Like
so nothing about Shaco. Okay, all right then.
Overall game is more important.
But I thought that you said Shaco was shit.
No, I said even if Shaco was the weakest champion, I would still main him. I don't give a fuck about how strong or weak he is, but at least can the game be fun? That's what bothers me the most. And when I see people complaining about something like this, Shaco dealing 10 more damage, everybody losing their mind, and this game is completely hopeless.
All right.
Like they don't even complain about the right issues about this game in order for the game to be good again. Like, it's no surprise that the game, even if you say, oh, I still enjoy it, it's no surprise that the game player base has been decaying for seasons, and people quitting left and right just proves that. Okay. Like the other day I checked the stream, league streams. Guess what? There's fucking Fortnite, etc. having, you know, top 10 streamers in Fortnite, all easily over thousands of views, okay? And then I check League subreddit, League top 5 streams on Twitch. At best, 5 people have barely above 1,000, and one of them being some random view bot. Like the view count is shit. Player base, I'm pretty sure the player base has been non-stop decaying since seasons.
This is my like I wouldn't say problem, but thing I have with like your perspective, mate. Like, and Chase also touched on it again. Like, Shaclone is in a state right now where you can fucking play him a certain way with a certain build, and you can get to fucking challenge it on any server if you're good enough.
Sure, luckily the rework didn't really get rid of.
But why don't you you say Shaco's shit right now? He's actually in a fucking good state. So why don't you just build right and get to fucking shout?
Compared to old Shaco, he is shit.
Yeah, but this is like season 6. Like the only relativity here, it should be like 8.5. So the last patch, comparing to the last patch, and he's fucking a lot better, in my opinion, than the last patch. Even last patch, I thought he was balanced and decent, but now he's fucking even better. And if you just build right on him and play the right way, you can get to fucking challenge it easily. No matter what region you're in.
I don't care as much about Shaco being strong or me climbing or being stuck or whatever over here. What I care more about is the state of the game.
So yeah, but wouldn't you have fun if you built the right way, which is like arguably an OP build, and say you like get a lead and you go fucking like.
I personally don't like glass cannon generally. I just don't like those builds, those glass cannon Shaco builds either.
Oh, okay. Well, that's your choice then, and I can't change that. That's fair enough. But there is a way, and you're obviously aware of it, that you can fucking climb on Shaco just by going a certain build at the moment.
I just don't like it, and I don't think it would have the impact for my game. It is for my playstyles as it would with the builds that I do.
I mean, most of Shaco is preference and playstyle.
Tank, are you going on the back line, or are you trying to 1v1 the tanks when you build 2 tank items on Shaco? I'm curious.
Of course, I get on the back line, you know, with Duskblade, Dark Harvest, obviously on the back line, and then, you know.
Okay, so you just get peeled off because you do half their health bar because you're building 2 tank items, and then you start fighting the tanks because you already got peeled off and you couldn't finish the back line fast enough, and then you lose. Like, I feel like you're complaining about the things that you can fix.
I'm not complaining about anything about Shaco right now. All I'm complaining about is, sure, in compared to old Shaco, I still would want old Shaco way more than the current Shaco, but I don't care as much about that. All I care about is the game state. When I complain, I complain about the game and the community. Complaining about something such irrelevant, something such pointless.
I can see where you're coming from when like you think like, I mean, when I complain about Shaco's AD ratio being too high, you think, you know, you should just shut up and concentrate on what like is more important. So like Ninja Tabis and, as you said, like the general state of the game, tanks and shit. Like, I kind of agree, but there's a fucking way around it. And like, of course you're gonna complain if you don't build right.
Why would there be a way around it when the game is in such a flawed state? Like, this is the problem. Game gets fucked, we find a way around it. Game gets fucked, we find a way around it. What even is that shit?
Yeah, but there is a way around it right now.
Like, we keep trying to climb. We do what we need to do to climb instead of being so angry about the game should be a certain way.
If the fun aspect of the game is significantly lowering with every fucking change, then how is that still fun? How is it even playable? I don't give a fuck about, even if I was rank 1 right now, challenging West, I don't give a fuck. The game is shit. The game is boring. Okay.
Then why do you play it?
Well, guess why? Because I'm sure gonna get to rank 1. That's one of my promises that I have, and also because maybe it's because of my job.
I can see that. Like when people say like, when Hishinshin says, "Why even play?" and people are like, "Why the fuck does he even play?" Yeah, some people have to make a fucking living.
You know,
that's fair.
That. Yeah, I apologize then. That's my fault.
But they're like, I don't know, dude. Like that's just your fucking choice.
This obsession was getting rank 1 as well, so sure, I gotta keep up with the game state.
Bro, like you'd
no, it's no surprise. It's no surprise. It's no secret that the game really is fucking decaying, player wise and fun wise.
But like, mate, surely you'd have more fun. And I'm gonna go back to it, like just building fucking not the glass cannon. Like Chase doesn't build a glass cannon.
Understand? Like I had this theory about it a while ago. You know, I hate tanks. You probably know that by now.
Yeah, I kind of guessed it. Yeah.
Tanks. And I've been hating tanks since Sinnohawk meta, since the tank meta got amplified by the Sinnohawk bullshit. And I could never fully understand why I hated tanks. I said maybe it's just me being biased about it because I'm Assassin Shaco main and I get cucked by tanks. That's why I hate them. But it's more than that. And I've realized what it is. It's tanks basically add more waiting time to the game. Do you guys know how much waiting there is in this game? Unlike any other game. Look at Fortnite. You jump into the action. Literally, okay? Every other game, Overwatch, just farming, farming aspect, just build up aspect that you have in League. It doesn't exist. You just straight up jump into the action, right? But in League, guess what? You have waiting in first of all, champ selection and stuff that takes a long time.
But
you get into the game, you wait 2 minutes for minions to spawn, and then what is the game at that point? Early game, you farm, you jungle up, you do dragons, even auto attacks. What is auto attack? You just wait a specific amount of time in between every auto attack. You wait on cooldowns, ability cooldowns. You wait on spawn times. Now jungle time was increased. You wait even more on that. You wait on your own respawn time. You wait on fucking Baron to be up. You wait on the right time to maybe engage. Sure, you as glass cannon Shaco means you probably know what I'm talking about in that. You have to wait so much in this game. Like there's already so much in this game. It's just the way the game is built, right? There's just all this waiting stuff. You can't really get rid of that. But not only is Riot not trying to get rid of that waiting aspect of the game, they're just adding more waiting aspect into the game. They're adding pointless CC on dragons, on plants, on items, even rules
but like even last season, bro, when the fucking meta
tank
was like
the fucking tank meta. That's why I hate tanks. Tanks just take too long to
I don't
kill.
exist.
Tanks have tons of CC. It's boring. Champions like Kha'Zix having 80% slow. What else?
Yeah, but bro, like last season when the fucking meta was as bad as it's been and like Shaco was fucking just absolute garbage, there was like ways around it. So were you guys aware of the like XP strategy on Shaco, like early game? Were you aware of it, Chase?
My strategy was to abuse with the challenger mid laner, to be honest.
Yeah,
because I couldn't hit challenger without it, but yeah.
Right. Well, there was a strategy last season where if you put 3 boxes at wolves, those 3 boxes would take the 2 small wolves, and you'd do blue buff and get a leash. You could invade their red and hit level 3 off their red, and you would just bush camp them and kill. That's how I had like a fucking 75 in like high diamond and low chow.
Okay.
On Shaco. So there are certain strategies that you can use, and even this season, like if you put 3 boxes at your bottom side buff, get bot to leash it, and your last box secures it. I wouldn't recommend it for low elo, but high elo players can do that easily. You get a leash on blue, you would go and invade their top side buff. Like that shit still works, and I've fucking cheesed heaps of people doing it. So there are ways fucking around it, especially on Shaco as well. Like there are nice little strategies you can do.
Jumping back to this, you can still play Shaco in games. When complain about all the state of the game.
Bro, you just said that fucking you don't do anything. Where you just like farm up, and isn't that what you just said?
Well, yeah, but that's the game. That's how the game.
Yeah, but like I just said that there are certain strategies you can use on Shaco, especially. But like,
I'm saying the issue that I'm having with that is Riot is not only not trying to get rid of that waiting time as well as possible, they're just adding more into it. Like, that obviously is an issue.
Can I ask you a question really quick? So okay, so you say that your job, like obviously it's your job to play League, and you have to be playing League to make a living, right? So do you honestly think as a player you can make any difference to change the state of the game as a whole? Do you think that you anytime soon are going to make the difference that's going to make the Riot
You
change
guys
the
are
whole
just
game?
repeating yourselves now. I don't know. You
No,
just
I'm
make
asking
me
you.
repeat
No, I'm
myself.
literally asking you. Like, why
Like, I
would you
just
not
say
have more
there's-
fun playing the
there's
game
unranked
with a
random
better
players.
attitude, trying to play around the state of the game instead of just complaining about it? That's what like
I just say there's random unranked players who don't even play solo queue making random ideas, random complaints, and Riot listens to them in the boards forward.
All right, so that's
Riot listens to them.
They do listen, okay? And when they see people complaining about Shaco like that,
right,
all their focus is gonna be on, oh yeah, we should nerf Shaco again. I don't care as much about the nerf in that case. What I care more about is fucking community not being able to see the actual issue with the game.
So surely then the
stupid stuff making Riot do stupid changes.
Yeah, but then surely Riot should just go to like high elo players who would have like valid kind of ideas, right? Instead of like silver gold saying, "Oh, dude, like fucking this is Ed."
Nah, this is not much about the elo in itself. This is more about the stupid idea and just them being not even playing solo queue just makes that obviously even worse.
But surely those stupid ideas are coming from people who don't know like the meta and don't really have a grasp of the game.
They're unranked people making random complaints and ideas.
Well, yeah, exactly. That's
ideas.
like fucking silver and gold players.
And Riot listens to that. And I say that previously yesterday on the stream, in order to avoid this stuff, in order to avoid Riot listening to stupid ideas, is to really have the old Rioter back in the team. You know, the people that made the game what it was in earlier seasons, what the majority of people miss about. That's what the game needs. That's what Riot needs. They need those old people back in a balanced team.
Like, I agree. I'll end it here. I agree with you in like the general state of the game and the meta and shit. They should go back to like, or try and go back to like what the old seasons were. So like more micro, more individual skill in the game and shit. Like
that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Complain about Shaco as much as you want. Right. Nerf Shaco as much as you want, or all the assassins, or all the damage in the game.
Right.
You're just making it worse for yourselves. If you want the game to be fun again, see the actual issue with the game. It's all this waiting bullshit, tank bullshit, and all that. If you want the game to be fun, then see the actual issue. With
we've just been saying the same things over and over. I'm gonna hop out, but
yeah, bro.
Well, yeah, you guys just don't seem to get it. You just have to repeat.
Bro, Shaclone, you do realize that video you were gonna watch, the 20-minute one of that I made. That for 10 minutes of that I complained about the meta. For 10 minutes of that video, probably even more actually, I complained about the meta. In that, well, so yeah, it wasn't just about. Go on.
Well, I don't understand why you make such a big deal out of this 10 more damage on Shaco then if you know it yourself how bad.
But I'm not talking about fucking the 10 damage at level 9. I'm just talking about his late game scaling with the AD ratio, and coupled with Dark Harvest. It's just fucked.
Game if you max Q at level 9 or whatever, and you have
but that's not mid game though.
Damage. That's 10 more damage compared.
I'm talking mid game, like when you have Dustblade, Ghostblade, and you have. I don't know, however many stacks. That's when you can start fucking taking over a Shaco way more than you could. That's all I'm saying, that it's a bit fucking broken, to be honest.
Again, if we're gonna complain about an assassin dealing too much damage because they're fed or have fully glass cannon, full offense items, then I don't know what to say to that, really. While there's tanks dealing more damage being full tank. No comment to that.
Alright, bro. No worries. Thanks for a chat, yeah? That was good, I think.
Alright, mate, I'm out.
Good luck with the climb, bro. Yeah, that is. Give me 5. I just need a fucking breathe. Just need a breather. My fucking headset just came out. Oh my god, it's fucked. Don't look at the hairline. Now I don't know what fucking thing it's in. Hang on.